Hey Gavax here. Today we got a Roberto Alomar review. He's a switch hitting second baseman, 99 overall, and in my opinion, the switch hitting along with his attributes make him the best second baseman in the game, and maybe end game, if not the best second baseman that we're going to see all year. I value switch hitting so much. Having the advantage against pitchers, it's worth quite a few batting average points in my opinion. Being able to have those curveballs, those sliders come into you versus away from you. He's also got very high vision at 120 there. The power 74, 79 isn't the greatest. Obviously, you'd want that a lot higher. Speed 87, stealing, base running aggressiveness, very good in the field too, 93 fielding. He's got no secondary positions, which I guess is his major weakness besides for power. But all in all, everything you want out of second baseman, and basically will lock it down for you for the rest of the year. Now, a lot of other people will say, you know, you got Joe Morgan out there who's very good. You have, I guess Maz isn't really in the same class. Pedroia is close, but I think just Roberto Alomar, in my opinion, blows them both out of the park. You could argue if you really like Joe, you could go with him, but I think you have the advantage because you're going to face a lot of lefty Groves now once people start getting up there. Kershaw, of course, Mad Bum. So a lot of top end lefties that you'll face for a lot of hits. So like if you get somebody that's a left-handed hitter, they will face the disadvantage maybe like half the time against starters. But as for relievers, most of the good ones are righty, although you got Wagner now, so I don't see it. I like Alomar as the distance he is away from the plate. Watch his swing plane, too. Watch when he swings the ball, how flat his bat is. I feel like it leads to more line drives. I could be completely wrong there. His outcomes are completely, you know, almost, well, not completely, but almost all derived from PCI placement. You know, there's a lot of randomness there too. So that's an unfortunate. Like you will see when you square up a lot of lineouts. You won't pop it over the fence that much. Of course, on All Star you'll hit a bit more of this. This review, a lot of it. Most of these games are on Hall of Fame. I believe a couple of these clips are on Legend, but I think mostly on Hall of Fame. So when you take a look at his PCI, if you play an All Star, it's going to be bigger than this, but on Hall of Fame, that's a very good PCI, right? We all love the high vision cards. He's just another one of them. On the defensive side of the ball, I haven't noticed any errors. He gets the balls pretty good. There was a ball above the zone. He ended up hitting on a line drive, but, you know, it's an out. So an out and out, like, a line drive is the same as a fly ball or a pop fly in the box score. So it doesn't really matter. An out's an out. There it is. Opposite way, doesn't quite have the power. My opponent made a really poor play there. I don't know what he was doing, but we'll take that. Maybe this was an All-Star? I don't know why he made that. Maybe he was just fucking around with me. But anyways, Alomar. I know he's like a program behind. I know it's a little bit of a late review. And I apologize for this, but like reviews, they'll end up being of cards of a while ago. We'll do like debut videos if I get cards like right away and get some gameplay of them. So I don't think like you can do much better at second baseman, right? Like it's gonna be very hard to replace Alomar. Which is great because, you know, at other positions, first base, you can argue that you like platoon guys. Left field, you can get guys that can match lefties and righties. But having a spot that you can just say, this is the guy all game. He plays all 9 innings. Doesn't need a defensive replacement. He can steal bases. Doesn't need a pinch runner or anything like that. The maximum flexibility that this card provides you is, you know, quite amazing. Because, like, especially when you look at past years of the show, and the second baseman has been like the so we just smoked that ball right there. It's been like the weakest position. You'd see a lot of caps there. So having a card there that maybe is not as good as a cap. Like a cap would have the switch hitting, but he'd have also like 100 power along with the Alomar. So you can argue that's maybe not as good as a cap at second base, but still, you know, I think shortstop's a little bit weaker than second base, and that's where I have my cap at. Because, you know, you want to be strong up the middle there. So you have somebody like solid center fielders. We got a lot of good outfielders. Some decent first basemen. I would argue like Frank kind of holds down first base, but there are other you know, options at first base. You got the Eddie Murray. Sorry, wrong Murphy, wrong Eddie. So Alomar, I do love the way his swing gets through the zone. Watch it. Nice level. You see how level his bat is? It definitely feels like it leads to more line drives, and it's quick to the zone too. It doesn't have a long looping swing. Doesn't take an extra frame or two that I feel like others would. That's something I should check out. Like see how long it takes from input. The problem with input is that, like, you know, you have input delay. You have a lot of other factors that you got to do when you press the X button. So there he is, easily getting a double. That could have potentially been a triple with 87 speed. I think 87 speed is borderline, and I'm sorry for the bad frames right there. I don't know what's wrong with my recording software when I'm not streaming. So like feels like when I'm just recording videos on my own that it gets bad like this, as opposed to when I'm streaming it's actually does better, which is strange because the computer gets taxed more. So Alomar, go and grab him 100%. If you can afford him, definitely grab him. He's not like budget, but he is god tier, top end you'll want him on your team. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.